it's about that time. We decided we were going to do something a little bit different today, add some different elements to what we already do. It's going down, man, trying to figure out ways to break the algorithm. Man. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to all our channels, all our different platforms. Boss Talk 101, Boss Talk 101 Primetime. It's crazy. We got to get it done, though. Boss Talk 101, where the boss is talking.
What's good? What's good? What's good on this wonderful morning? All of you beautiful people out here in the world today. How goes it? It's Thursday morning, ladies and gentlemen. Getting closer to closing out the week. It is August 13th, 2026. It's prime time. Welcome to the Primetime Network. This is Primetime Rise and Grind. I'm your host, Big G. And welcome. Yes, welcome to the conversation. I'm here for a very short time. Definitely here for a good time, but not a long time. I've got some concerns. Yeah. I've got some concerns and I want to address them today. There's no better day than today to address what it is that we need to talk about. Because this doesn't just affect me. No, ladies and gentlemen, this inevitably affects everyone. And when I say everyone, I do mean everyone. But there again, at the same time, am I supposed to just wallow in the emotional feeling of disappointment or trying to figure out what the hell is really going on? All right, people. This morning, yes, it's definitely all about motivation. It's definitely all about rise and grind. But at the same breath and in the same stroke of the note, it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Welcome to the show. I know you guys are probably wondering, man, what the hell is G talking about this morning? What in the hell is he trying to kick up some dust about today? Right? Well, it's a serious note. It's a serious note because how can I say it? I saw a clip, right? I saw a clip, and the clip was of a teacher, a high school teacher, basically breaking down in tears. And it wasn't tears of joy. It was tears of disappointment. It was tears or the sound of uncertainty. And the uncertainty came with knowing that he has a group of students that are leaving the high school and cannot function. His topic was, or his point was, yes, they can reason, they can debate, they can sit there and argue, they can be combative, they can do all of the things that teenagers know how to do. They can ask Siri, they can ask Alexa, they can ask chat, they can do all of the things that present day youth know how to do. And I'm not, shining on the youth. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not flashing out. No. That is not what we're talking about here. What I'm talking about is the man was truly distraught over the fact that he's a teacher and he's got graduating, here's the key to this, graduating seniors, male and female, that cannot read nor write. I had to talk about this today. We've addressed this in the past before, but I saw this on my timeline today. So it made me want to address it. Why do I want to address it? Because this teacher was so distraught. I'm talking about to the point to whereas I wanted to stop watching the video because I didn't know if it was, if it was just acting or if it was serious. But the point he was trying to make, as I continued to hear it, it made me think, wait a minute, hold up, whoa. If you're the teacher and you're making this video, and these are your students that are graduating that inevitably can't read or write, yes, I'd be distraught too. You're about to lose your fucking job. You're not doing your job as a teacher. And I'm not putting all of that on you. If we've matriculated these kids through school up to senior and ready to pop them out for graduation, I'm not putting that on the school system because they're just a babysitting organization with a little extracurricular activity and they call it education. Stop. I'm all about the home. If you're not preparing your kids in the home, they're destined for failure. And when I say prepare, I mean from every aspect of preparation, mental, physical, spiritual, everything, before they hit the schoolyard. Why do I say that? Just like I speak with artists about protecting your intellectual property, well, as a parent, you have to protect your intellectual property. You've got to protect that mind, that young mind that's going to be going to this school every day, damn near 8 hours a day for however many years. Kids are impressionable. So what they learn through the process of being away from you, if there's no discipline, if there's nothing that actually sets the tone in terms of how you progress in this miscellaneous educational space, because like I say, this is a babysitting organization that does miscellaneous educational mentoring. Common Core or some sidebar of trying to teach you sight words or non verbal. I don't know what the hell they be doing these days, but it's not education. It's not arithmetic. It is not phonics. It is not English, history, civics. It is none of the above. But I get the point of the teacher to a degree, but I don't get the point of you sitting there making the video, because now you're showing me that you're just as incompetent as these kids that are about to walk out this high school door, moving on and pressing on into the future. I get the point that you're saying or trying to make, that look at our future. This is where our future is going. Future generations are going through these doors, going out into the world, and are, before they even get started, hitting a roadblock. What is that roadblock? The fact that they cannot read, the fact that they cannot write. So you already know what's going to come behind that. The fact that these kids can fake it, or pretend that they can read, look at a screen or look at some paper and act like they can read and comprehend. Now, believe me, reading comprehension it runs in the same boat, but it's two different things. Anyone can read something if they have an idea of what they say, those sight words. I've seen that word before. I know how to say it, but I don't know what it means. And if you have no idea what the word means, then there is no comprehension. And if there's no comprehension enough to say, you know what, I don't know what this word means, let me go look it up in a dictionary. Let me go take this word and write it 5 times until I remember how to spell it, the phonetics of it. And let me write down the definition of this word so I can sit there and allow my brain to register it into my muscle memory to know the difference between 2, 2, and 2. Ah. You think I'm kidding? Go ask a little. I'm 2 years old. TOO. Go sit your ass down. See, it's real. Do we make it seem as though it's not? We make it seem as though this isn't happening. But when it gets addressed and it is happening, we have teachers crying over the fact that they've allowed this nonsense to happen. Now, I know that wasn't his intent. I know for a fact that wasn't his intent. His intent was he's disappointed and he cannot believe that these kids are going out in the world and these are our future leaders. Well, guess what? You were their teacher. I agree with you there, Shaw. Yes, technology is being pushed more than basic teaching knowledge. But what you have particular kids that get special or preferential treatment in the schools. You have certain kids that get involved with STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, or go to writing programs, the liberal arts types of schools where you have kids that learn instruments and home economics and trade. And this isn't just an inner city situation. This is a across the country situation here in the state of Mississippi. And I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this because it reveals the dark underbelly of a world how do you say this? Data shows where black students in Mississippi rank third nationally against black students in other states. It is comparing Mississippi black students to California, New York, per capita. As it relates to reading. So, for example, right? School A has 1,000 white students. If 410 kids pass the reading test, the passing rate will be 41%. School B, 100% Hispanic students, or 100 Hispanic students. If 70 kids pass the reading test, the passing rate is 70%. Even though School A has way more kids passing, 410 versus 70. School B has a much higher rate of success, 70% versus 41%. This is why a larger population group can have lower or higher proficiency rate numbers independently of its size. So when you're looking at statistics can be skewed, numbers can be, can really run amok. But when you know that you're ranked in the lower quadrant, and Mississippi right now is ranked pretty high based on, the norm, right? Out of all 50 states, our proficiency, according to these national statistics, we're third nationally. That means we're 2 slots out of being number 1. And when you compare the rest of the country and you're saying that Mississippi has better reading and writing proficiency numbers than the rest of the country, and I'm not dog in Mississippi. I got my education in Mississippi, so I know how um, in tune we are with getting to the books. Yeah. What's going on Hip Hop Meridian? Welcome to the program, man. We have to sit there and accept the fact that either the standards of the world are lower, or our country, not the world, our country is lower, or Mississippi is really on the rise. Either one doesn't make it right or better. I'm just saying that if the rest of the world is allowing Mississippi to catch up, knowing that we've been behind the 8 ball for so long, and people are so used to, and this is what I want to tap into. Heard this as well, and I agree with it wholeheartedly. It was Sunday morning, and I was going to Lowe's or the hardware store. I was going to pick up some stuff to do some work, right? And the early morning reverend, she was talking about, in this day and age, we allow for, because she brought it back. She said, you remember when you were a kid and you'd run a race or you'd play a game and you'd win and you'd be given a trophy. Y'all know where I'm going with this. And the rest of the kids had to sit there and watch you accept your trophy, win your trophy. Broken hearted or not, didn't matter. But then we moved into the era of, well, the winner got their trophy, but so did everyone else, because you didn't want to make the other kids feel jaded or a particular way because they didn't get a trophy. They call it a participation trophy, right? So that sense of entitlement, to where it's, hey, I didn't win, but I'm still a winner. Yeah, you see, it's starting to fuck people up. Because now I don't have to do the work to be great. I don't have to sit there and fight to be the one that comes out in first place. No. I can do as less work or as minimal as possible, and I can still be rewarded. I wonder how long this shit gonna work. Well, it's starting to unfold, ladies and gentlemen. It's starting to unwind, ladies and gentlemen. And you're seeing it come full, quote unquote, circle with today's society. And graduation rates with kids coming out of school. Yes, you've made it. Congratulations. You participated in high school. We didn't say that you matriculated or graduated. We're saying that you participated. Thank you for your time. Now get the hell on into the world and go set yourself up for failure. Even further. Whatever that might be. For the females, you might end up on the pole. And for the fellas, you're going to end up behind bars or dead in jail. Oh, my bad. Stripping and tricking is out the picture. For a motherfucker that can't read and can't write. But learn this is the only way that you can get to this paper. I'm not knocking anything anybody does. No, don't sit there and try to make it seem as though I'm being condescending. I'm saying this is how the process continues to move forward. I'm not the one who started the process. I'm not the one that put it on somebody's mind to go do X, Y, or Z, to go rob a bank, to go sell dope on the block. No. But when you put kids at a disadvantage before they even get started, before they even get a foot or groundhold into any semblance of what life is like, especially if you're 16, 17 years old, 18 years old, maybe 19 because you've been held back a couple of times, pushing 20 coming out of high school, which is outrageous. I can be 19, 20 years old coming out of high school. Don't do that to your kids, man. You're not helping them. You're actually hurting them. But when you're in a situation where you see this as a teacher and now you want to speak on it, man, miss me with that, with the emotional side of it. Give me the facts, give me the stats, and then you have to sit there and go look in that mirror and say, hey, man, what did I do wrong? And what do I need to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again? That these kids are not put into a situation to where they're not going to come up out of this school or underneath my tutelage or my mentorship and not be able to read or fucking write. Yes, that is why teaching starts at home. Jay Shaw, you are 1,000% correct, sir. I didn't give you a whole bunch of motivation today. I gave you some hardcore truth about what we're dealing with as a society. And I am a proponent of resolution and coming to a solution about things, as opposed to just pushing out the problem. That's an antiquated resource from the human mind. Now, I'll give you the problem, but I can't give you the solution. So here's what we do, right? Because no one's going to tell you that they can't read or write. You only find that out when you put something in front of their face and they have that blank look, like it look like Chinese, Japanese. Okay. And I was also told this, that I am out of touch with the common man or reality. I live in a bubble. I've been told this. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying I've been told this. I've been informed that I live in a bubble and that, I can't relate to what people are going through today. Okay. Can I give that any credence? Maybe, because I'm just old and I don't get out and deal with people. Or maybe I've gotten to the point to whereas I'm seeing and hearing the same bullshit over and over and over again from people who don't want to come out of the nonsense that they're in. And so it begins to get really hard for me to actually give a damn when people don't give a damn about themselves. So you are attracted to individuals who want something more for themselves. Whether it be adults, whether it be, younger individuals that need mentoring or need assistance with anything. But if you're not wanting to assist yourself, and if you're in a position to as you're lacking, and you don't want to sit there and accept the fact that you're lacking, and there's nothing that no one can tell you, then how can anyone assist you? when you're not ready and open to receive that. So we deal with individuals that are ready and open to receive, not sitting there um, in denial and don't want to face the fact that they need assistance, that they need help. Because I'm only talking about, I'm not talking about the rest of, I'm talking about you reading and knowing how to write. I'm very specific about it today. That's what we're talking about. Because an adult and adult education and adults that don't know how to read and have reading comprehension problems or issues, guess what? They don't want you to know that they can't read. It's embarrassing. Shouldn't be. Look, it should not be. Yeah, I talk about it like it's an issue, but as an adult, if you can't read, I'm trying to figure out how you've been surviving. Actually, I don't want to know. But it is a must, it is imperative that you get yourself into a position to learn how to read and how to write and comprehend. They have schools, they have junior college, they have trade school programs, they have GED programs that are focused on adult learning, adult education, because we as a community cannot put ourselves into a position to where we don't know. And we want to remain ignorant and blissfully ignorant. No, man. Those are key components as to why our statistics and our numbers are the way that they are. And this is not a white statistic, a black statistic, a Hispanic stat. No, this is across the board. People are fucking dumb. And we're accepting it as though this is how we're going to move forward as a society. So when they play in your face with surveillance, freedom, when they play in your face with the Constitution and your rights or civil liberties, they're going to continue to play in your face and laugh at you because they know statistically that you have no clue and you're going to accept it and you're going to take it because you have no recourse. Your brain doesn't even allow you to know what that word means. So there's nothing that is going to be done. And they're going to continue to laugh in your face. They have people out here that swear on their life that they are better than you. They walk around here breathing a different type of air according to them. And I keep it very close to my vest. You know, to know. Hey man, no matter who you are or who you think you are, your taco meat can be separated from your taco at any given time. So miss me with the heir apparent type shit as though you are better than thou. But you have people out here that feel as though, hey man, I've got my education. I'm a part of the upper echelon of society. Yeah. Well, you need to sit there and refocus and remember where you came from and who you are, because there's going to come a time when the same people that you're looking down upon, your little your nose, yeah, guess what? Some same motherfuckers that's gonna be running up in your shit, hog tying your ass, leaving you for dead because they hungry. While you sitting there playing, skating, and acting as though you have no clue of what's going on in the world, in the streets. Yeah, they'll show you better than they can explain or express or read or write it to you. Motherfucker, I'm trying to tell you. You better put your best foot forward to bring community together and help uplift, as opposed to looking down in a condescending way at the world. Because you can best believe your ticket can be punched. Be a humanitarian. Be a resource. Be a vessel. Be a real tool. Be a beacon of light for your people, for humanity. I'm not saying you owe anyone anything. That is not, do not get me wrong. I'm not saying you owe anybody anything. No. 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 You don't owe anybody a damn thing. No. It's gonna come a time. It's gonna come a time when payment come due, right? Payment is gonna come due. And if you are not, and I'm speaking hyperbole here, people, so don't think that, oh man, this is the destructive talk. No. Don't take and twist what I'm saying and skew it as though, or have it misunderstood with what I'm trying to represent here. We're talking about education, we're talking about reading, we're talking about literacy, but I'm saying that you have a dynamic of individuals who want to learn, who are not being put into a position to be able to learn. Yes, it starts in the home. Yes, it starts with the parents. Yes, it starts with the community and us pouring into community. But if you let things linger and go on and you don't address it, you're going to face more issues, more violence, all of the things that come with not knowing. How can you sit right and wrong? I can't read. I can't comprehend. So right and wrong, that's a pastime to me. I don't know what that is. Your right and my wrong might not be right or wrong. To me, to you, it might be all the way fucked up. But to me, shit, it's just how I move. You see? So, just something to think about. Something to possibly focus on. And if we could reimagine the possibility of how we educate our kids and start to incorporate that. Everybody, we got to put love into it. We got to put God into it. Yeah, we do. Without question, I agree. The love part, God, yes, I get it. But you can only put God into it so much, but you still got to do the work. Somebody's got to do the work. Praying about it is only going to get you so far. Asking for the Savior to come help you is only going to get you so far. Divine intervention means that you're putting in the work. You're putting in the work to gain the result through the prayer that you asked. You submitted, you requested, you sat there and dialed the number. Eliom, hey man, I got some problems. Yahweh, help a nigga out. Come on, man. Yadi Vadi, let me know what's happening on this planet. Remember what I told you the other day. We're in search of a word. We're in search of a name. We've forgotten the name. And when you look upon his face, can you call his name? Could you even look upon his face? How can you sit there and forget the name? First off. And then search your entire life for a name. But you come to a point to realize, I'll never find the name because I can't read or write. You see how I closed that motherfucker out? And as always, beautiful people, y'all know with me, man. It's about health, wealth, and wellness. Stay dangerous. Stop what you're doing right now and go subscribe to Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime on YouTube, all social media platforms. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to make sure you tap in. Right now, over 72,000 subscribers and well over 11 million views and watch time hours. So make sure that you continue to support, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and keep tapping in with us because we're going to keep on bringing you this hot content every day and in every way. It's your main man, Big G. And make sure, like I said, stop what you're doing right now and tap in. Like, share, subscribe. Boss Talk Podcast 101 Primetime.